Yo, other former science so arts na sibiom na yes Sam George honorable and any other partner just or tin so I yes so with their tears and I just say or everything is so na Sam George and some okay you know just say or not gonna Sam George put in sika no or outside Ghana ye man kwan e man is this ka aden den na e koso form and Sam George no ensem no ebe to dwa I must say they've blacklisted me over an anti-gay bill. I can't even change $1 outside Ghana. Sam George, and I can't with Sam George is someone who knows what's a gay. It's a semi de high, and yeah, or Bepne, Ama, Nakoso, El Ghana, so no dear. Gay and he's really against it, or say he believes in a good human rights because sometime ago Kamala Harris by no Kasha Ghana for now Ghana or say or she believes in human rights in the Leka Kaon anti-gay. Just say according to her it's a human right and the Kaon or no Sam George so or no on Fuaso and to see or not see a gays and say he's really against it and and they are saying me I was to just say a blacklisting so or no so put a sika dollar wants me ends $1 no ewo amanone and as outside Ghana the interest and a year honorable Sam George Linsem no air point almost a lead campaigner of the passage of the promotion of proper human sexual rights and then Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021. Samuel Nate George, I friend Sam George, says his advocacy has come at a huge cost to him, even before the bill is passed into law or otherwise. So almost say the member of parliament for Nigo Pram Pram is sponsoring the private member bill with 7 other MPs. And speaking on Ekosi is saying the vociferous legislator who has been re-elected to represent the opposition National Democratic Congress in the 2024 elections in his constituency claimed that he has been unfairly put on a money laundering on the money laundering list because of his advocacy. And on no air in 70. According to him, the situation has made it difficult for him to engage in financial transactions whenever he travels outside the country. So see where as much as all fame because of a gay figure. So I'm saying anti-LGBTQ bill. A French government flags Ghana over respect for human rights, even though he was given a reason for the blacklisting. Instead, the MP considers it as a merely a cover-up, insisting that the blacklisting and some other experiences he's gone through in some countries are clearly as a result of his anti-LGBTQ campaign. Into no can say what he's going through and as what he's facing is because of his advocacy about anti-LGBTQ. He doesn't really support it, only some other MPs. And when you almost say or call Amalona say every Ghana may not call other countries and no emasika somewhere they eman because of the scano now so on tini ends especially dollar and I wait there so when you be na so na is your sa neni ehu ni sika but say obeba kwasisa now other end your baby and say and no chese ehun ayeden e de amano we and Sam George e kan ti o say I went to do a program in LSE, London School of Economics, for example, and I needed a student account. They claim I am laundering money for evangelical consecutives in the US. So and okay, so say I can't change money anywhere. I have done some travels in the UK and then Dubai. So see, in fact, I call UK. He can't change money. I call Dubai, or also he can't even change money. So see. Over there, when you want to exchange the money, they will swipe your passport. So once they do that, the countenance of the cashier changes when my name appears. Then they hand the passport back to you and say we can't change the money for you. Sorry. Oh, and yes, Sam George, you are going through a lot, but a painful situation for Honorable Sam George. So I'm saying when the host Philip Osebonsu aka Obi asked him how he carries out financial transactions when he travels out of the country. The MP said money transactions has become a problem today, and you have to find the currency of the country you are traveling to, or you have to find a Ghanaian and beg him or her to change the money for you or use your bank card. And yes, I'm George, you are really suffering. I said this is what he does. In the eye that says, to find Abia Akko Dubai, he has to go and change Onyasika Dubai Fusika Bebre when your car so Tanya Casain to Emma. And now say, Obenya Ghanaian now, or no, Bebwani was Sisters Cano Ediaman obey using a car. You say, this is the problem, or no, some George is going to say, I can't travel with money, sir, and I all can. You say the MP also spoke about how he's been unfairly handled when he travels outside despite being a diplomatic passport holder since the LGBTQ advocacy started. And not just say, Sam George has been mad. They really know him. Or say also, sometimes they treat him the way. Sam George and I'm not yet our Ghana to coverage. They are treating him like something. Or see, even when I travel with my diplomatic passport, you get pulled out of the line. Oh, you think that maybe they want to give you a special service because you are carrying a diplomatic passport. They put you in a room for 2 hours. They just leave you sitting there and embarrasses you. Hey, NSM George, don't travel again. Stay in Ghana because you've gotten off a plane with Ghanaians and people see security people come and surround you and walk you into a room, search your bags and then all of that just to harass you. And Sam George said this is what he's going through since he started this LGBTQ plus advocacy, and we took my accord with a diplomatic passport, but we line money being in chair and all that. He said he's really suffering in Tama. According to him, Eddie Ama or no, Sam George, you say you are the last person to lecture us on human rights. Sam George fires US Vice President. Some time ago, I remember this statement by Sam George when US Vice President Kamala Harris came to Ghana, or no catch Ghana for say, or no dear, or even human rights, or yeah, the or catch US Vice President, so no, say, yeah, poor people care about human rights. I know the last person and was all cast about human rights, Sam George, okay, say Sam George, who spoke painfully about the sacrifices, losses, and experience he and his colleagues have endured for pursuing the bill, and I will write a book after and I will chronicle everything, especially when we are done. Just say the next day they granted him the visa. No, just a narration. Despite these issues, the MP says he's not perturbed in seeing the bill pass into law. See, they don't know me well. Say or no. Sam George said what castle obey no any other MPs no. They will do it so thy kingdom cannot say to their last breath. And they said you do or die for Ghana. And no, and Sam George, Sam George, as no when the challenges is going through on the issue of LGBTQ plus or to now of free Ghana no kwa amanonia. And for aha and medium is what say me catch Sam George. Bet me Eddie send me a go comment box na mejibre now I can edit amount of fefe. Now this is again Macamo.